everybody. Oh my goodness. Well, November 1st marks the official start of the holiday season. So get ready, strap yourselves in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. If you grew up in a happy home, I hope you did, and I hope you have happy memories. Even if you grew up in a home that was not so happy, I hope you had some happy memories over your holiday season. When you get involved with a covert abuser, they work very hard to destroy those happy memories and to prevent you from creating new ones. They're very good at sabotaging intimate occasions, holidays, parties, festivities, anything where they're not the center of attention. They will punish other people for becoming the center of attention. And if we think about the holiday season, I'm a Christian, so I celebrate Christmas. But what if you're Jewish and celebrate Hanukkah or Diwali or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, doesn't it involve gift giving? So that's really encouraging your spirit of generosity to show up in this season. It's encouraging you to think of others, to take time away from you and think of others. Now, how does a covert abuser do that? Think of others, be generous. It's a time to spend money, and no matter how much money your partner or ex may have, wasn't he typically a skinflint when it came to being generous, spending money on other people, on anyone other than himself? Did he have a set of double standards where he would go and buy outrageous things and not let you buy something new or wonderful or luxurious ever for yourself? So watch out for ways they're going to try to sabotage your happiness over this holiday season. It could involve something like just before you go out to Thanksgiving dinner, you're going to Thanksgiving dinner at the neighbor's house, and he doesn't want to go. So maybe, I don't know, half a dozen neighbors are going to be gathering in this home, and you spent the day cooking and trying to get the kids dressed and ready to go. What has he done? What's he been doing? Watching TV, reading the newspaper, or just going out for a while to be by himself? How has he helped? How has he contributed even to the beginning of this special day of Thanksgiving? So then just before you head out the door, does he do anything to sabotage your feeling of wanting to share that holiday with your neighbors? Does he pick a fight? Does he start to criticize you or the children? Does he find something to go on a rant about? And do you leave feeling defeated or angry or upset or hurt or frightened? Has he done any of those things to you before? Poke, 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 looking to get a response. And then as you go out the door, yeah, he got the response. Or the kids, he got the response from you or the kids. So that when you show up at the neighbor's place, how are you looking? Like you're ready to celebrate? Well, he got it off his chest, right? He didn't want to go to this occasion. He's punishing you for wanting to go. He's going to look like, oh, Mr. Social, maybe share some stories and, have a glass of wine and maybe be very comfortable being the center of attention, holding forth, telling stories. Meanwhile, how are you feeling at this special occasion? And how are the kids reacting when dad has just done something or said something horrible before they went out the door? Kids are very good at keeping secrets. They're not going to talk about what goes on in behind closed doors. And often survivors have been taught the same lesson. You don't talk about private family matters. And so you're bundling this all up inside. You're having to go, you're trying to be social, but it's really hard to rise to the occasion. And are you tempted to have that extra glass of wine when it's being poured? Watch out for that, because these guys will often look for occasions to make you look bad, to undermine your reputation, your character, and especially if they've been starting to plant seeds. If they're getting wind of the fact that you want to leave, if there's any suspicion on their part that you're on your way out, or it just may be part of their MO in general, to start planting seeds in your friend network, your social network that you share, being concerned about, when we first got together, Elizabeth was so she seemed like she really wanted to have kids. And then we have kids, and she just kind of withdrew more and more. And I found, this is your husband talking, I've been having to do more and more for them. And frankly, I'm concerned about her mental health these days. She just doesn't seem to be focused or really care like she did before. I don't know what's going on with her, but it's been hard for me, frankly, to have to be doing more of the cooking, the cleaning, and looking after the kids and taking them to the doctors. Meanwhile, you've been doing all the cooking and cleaning and taking the kids to the doctors, doing it all. But what do the neighbors know? What do your mutual friends know? They know what they hear. And these guys, what one of our ladies said, he lies so much better than I tell the truth. So he sets you up, he's planted seeds, he does something to really put you in a foul mood, or to be depressed or upset or sad or frightened before going out the door. And then off you all go, trying to have this Thanksgiving dinner. Watch out for that. If you know what the tactics are, you can defend yourself against them so much more easily. They are great actors and great at making themselves look like the victims. And the old Darrow, accusing you of what they themselves have done: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. Watch out for tactics that they might ramp up over the holidays. This type of abuser tends not to like holidays because they don't do intimate occasions, and holidays are a time where you're supposed to celebrate each other and come together and connect, and they often don't feel comfortable connecting. They feel comfortable owning, dominating, subjugating, punishing, but to connect implies intimacy. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I want to please you. That's how we connect, by being vulnerable with one another. And that vulnerability leads to connection, leads to intimacy. You speak that language, but these guys, they speak the language of possession, domination, sex, viewing women and children as objects, as possessions, as resources to use and use up if they're no longer useful or prove to be a problem. So once you start to see their mindset, you can better defend yourself against the tactics that may really get ramped up over the holiday season. Or they may start to criticize you more and more, finding fault with every little thing you do. You might have spent all day cooking that meal, and yet he's going to call it crap. Or throw it on the floor. What happened with one of our ladies would throw meals he didn't like on the floor and force her to eat the meal off the floor. And I won't go on about what he would do after that, but you get the idea. How to ruin occasions like that are supposed to be so special, and that maybe had this holiday magic for you before. But remember, these guys often take delight in piercing your dreams, shattering your happy memories, so that it becomes a time to dread. Watch out for that constant criticism, which can become 24/7. Watch out for that sort of the sneer, or the put down, the shaming, the blaming and the shaming, and that sense of superiority, which may really come to the fore. Holidays tend to bring out the worst in these guys. They may bring out the best in you, where you're wanting to love and give and spend money and wrap your arms around your family. That's not typically how he's going to respond to holidays. Criticism, contempt. That new dress you bought, does he roll his eyes? Does he ask how much it costs? Does he tell you to take it back? Is he trying to put a big X through all your efforts, everything that you've done to please? Is he always raising the bar and making fun of you for always failing to meet it? If you do point out something that he's done that's hurt you, how does he accept that? Does he accept that? How does he respond? Because if he's a typical covert abuser, he's going to respond with Darvo: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. He's going to get defensive. He's going to blame you. He's going to minimize. He's going to deny. He's going to gaslight you, or he's going to do more of what you asked him not to do. Do any of these fit your situation? These guys are often cookie cutter cutouts of one another, and sometimes our ladies will even say, I think we all married the same man. You see how many similarities our beautiful women have with one another, how sweet, kind, loving, giving, empathetic they are. These are your qualities, that wanting to connect, to love, to give. And that makes you attractive to other people that have those qualities too. But it also makes you attracted to people that take advantage of those qualities, the predators. And when they start to do things that hurt you, you point it out, how does he respond? Is it through defensiveness? Watch out for that, because if you've asked for change and he only does it more or denies it or puts it back on you, where is the hope for healing in that kind of relationship? And then watch out for more and more stonewalling over the holidays. Does he retreat to his lair? Are you ending up buying all the presents for the kids, wrapping them, staying up till 2 a.m. to stuff Santa's socks, the socks for the kids, not Santa's socks. Mrs. Claus will stuff those socks, but are you having to do all the work to prepare for Christmas, to try to make Christmas happen? Has Christmas become a burden for you, or your holiday celebration, whatever faith that you practice? Is it now this sort of onerous duty, and you're trying to rise to meet the mood for the sake of your children? Is it getting harder and harder? And if you are feeling like depressed and like you need that extra glass of wine, are the kids going to notice? And is dad going to say to the kids, look at your mother, look what a wet blanket she is, and how miserable she is to be around? Could he be saying that to his friends? Can you blame me? Look at how she is. They don't see how he's been treating you behind closed doors, where you've done all the shopping, all the preparation, all the cooking, the cleaning. Maybe you're working full time in addition to that, and he's just dragging his heels all the way. So if you've noticed those 4 behaviors that I've talked about: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, stonewalling, do you know what they are? You know that each one comes on a horse, right? The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse when it comes to human relationships. If you have the misfortune of going to couples counseling with a covert abuser and led by a therapist that doesn't understand covert abuse, and if they're doing couples counseling with you, they don't understand abuse, because couples counseling implies the ability to negotiate, to meet someone halfway, implies that you are capable of remorse and self-reflection and honesty and empathy, and have some kind of moral compass, that you want to do the right thing and put up the other person's needs above your own, all the things that you do. The couples counselor, if they're not trained in covert abuse, will attribute those same qualities that you have to your partner and think that, oh, he's going to try and meet you halfway. He's going to do some self-reflection and see how he's hurt you. And if you end up going to a therapist that is trying to heal these behaviors, like with criticism, encouraging your partner to use his I statements and express some positive need, or if it's contempt and your partner's being encouraged to find your positive qualities, and or defensiveness, if your partner's being encouraged to look at your point of view, look at things from your point of view, or if it's stonewalling, if the couples therapist is suggesting that your partner find some ways to soothe themselves, or find some self-regulation, develop some self-regulation skills. This is all operating on the assumption that he's capable of remorse, self-reflection, not wanting to hurt you, not deriving satisfaction out of causing you pain and suffering. So if you're going into this kind of session with a whole different set of values, a whole different set of goals, his to dominate, to punish you, if you do anything that's going to shame him or try to ask him to change. For him, it's about keeping the status quo. Typically, he likes having dinner on the table and everybody walking around on tiptoe and eggshells, being the center of attention, and not having anybody argue with him or express a different point of view. So often these guys, if this fits the profile of your partner, then watch out for couples counseling, and watch out for the holiday season. Watch out for these intimate occasions when they don't do intimacy. And the crazy making part of it is they will punish you for trying to get close and punish you for trying to get away. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's life with a covert abuser. So once you understand what their MO is, occasion they don't want to go to, like Thanksgiving dinner, they're going to sabotage you or it. then can you be doing some thinking, with the fight, flight, freeze response to trauma that so many of our ladies have? Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, trying to placate and soothe. There's another one, figure it out, strategize. What is he doing? What's his strategy? What does he want me to do? What's he trying to get me to do? And how can I respond in a way that's not going to make me look bad with the neighbors, a way that's not going to sabotage my relationship or undermine my relationship with my kids? How can I be the duck on the water, maybe the gray rock method, broken wing? Maybe on some occasions you're not feeling well enough to go to an outing if it looks like he's going to sabotage you once you get there. Or maybe you don't bite back if he bites you before, figuratively speaking, before going to one of these social occasions. Watch out for him trying to press your buttons. He knows where all your buttons are. Poke, 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 poke. You ever been in an elevator and your little 4-year-old presses all the buttons? Doesn't that drive you nuts? Well, we all got buttons, and these guys know where they all are. They're invisible buttons, and they will press every one of them. And so that's where self-regulation comes in. Meditation, prayer, if you're a believer, and all of these things can help you get self-regulated so that you can be that little steady boat with the waves trying to toss you around, flip you out of the boat. You can stay sturdy and keep going forward. Take a breath, take a beat before responding, understand what his strategy is, what's going to be your counter strategy, and then off you go to Thanksgiving dinner if that's what you want to do. All right.